Hi again, Joanne from Inspiring Yarns, and this video is just to show you how to do treble crochet. Okay, so I'm just going to whiz through the first bit, which is really getting your slip knot, pulling it through, tightening it up, not too tight, and in between, grabbing the back and keeping your middle finger out. And I'm just going to do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chain. Okay, I want 10 stitches. I actually need to do 12 chain. 1, 2, because the first 3 chain in a treble counts as your first stitch, and that's the difference. Because it's a taller stitch, you can't go into the first stitch, you need to do 3 chain. So we count these 3 chain as your first stitch, and so you're going into the 4th chain to do your first treble. All right, so you put your yarn round in through the 4th chain, grab the yarn, bring it out through the stitch, grab the yarn, bring it through 2 loops, grab the yarn and bring it through 2 loops. Okay, so that's actually 2 stitches we've done now, because the first 3 chain counts as your first one, and then your treble is the second one. So to do another one, grab the yarn, we've already been in there, so we're going in here, in through the stitch, remembering to angle it down, grab the yarn, bring it out through the stitch, 3 loops on your hook, grab the yarn, pull it through 2, grab the yarn again and pull it through 2, and that's the stitch. Grab the yarn, in through the stitch, grab the yarn, bring it out through the stitch. Now at this point some people find it difficult, and it's because they're maybe holding it too tight. So again, just give that a wee shuggle and make it a bit looser. Okay, then grab the yarn, bring it through 2, grab the yarn and bring it through 2. One more, yarn over, in through the stitch, grab the yarn, bring it out through the stitch, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2. And I'm just going to head on to the end. If you want to, you can pause the video and then, so just showing you that this is the last one here. Okay, this is the last stitch, there's not a stitch in there. All right, so in through there, grab the yarn, bring it out, grab the yarn, bring it through 2 and through 2. Okay, so if we have a wee look at that and see how many stitches we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's 10 trebles. So one of the key things is to try and keep this straight as we go up. So this time we've got to do 3 chain to turn. Okay, so we do 1, 2, 3. We turn it round, and this chain counts as our first stitch. So we're not going to go into that first one, we're going to go into the second one. Sometimes it's hard to see it from the side, and if you look at the top you can see this is your last chain here, so that would be your first stitch. So we're not going into that one, we're going into that second one. Okay, so yarn over, in through the stitch, grab the yarn, bring it out through 2 and through 2. And we just continue along in exactly the same way as we did in the chain, only it's a wee bit easier now because you've got a wee bit more to hold on to. My yarn's got caught around my foot. So remember always to go back to hold your yarn, okay? Yarn over, in through the stitch, grab the yarn, through 2 and through 2, yarn over, in through the stitch, through 2 and through 2. So we've got to the end of the row, and you might think that's the last stitch, but if you remember, the very first stitch that we did on the last row was the 3 chain. So I need to go in to to the top of that. Basically, if I forgot, you know, if you get a bit confused and you do your 3 chain to turn, all right, and then go in to your first stitch, you can, and you set it down before going any further, you can see here that you've lost a stitch. You could also count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 2 ways of checking whether you're keeping straight or not. So I want to go back again, and I just pull that back to there. What I want to do is to go into the top of the chain. Okay, so in through there. Now again, the chain is made up of 3 strands, so ideally I want to have 2 strands at the top and 1 at the bottom, but don't worry about too much about that to start with. But grabbing the yarn, bringing it through 2, through 2, and through 2. Okay, you can see that's nice and straight at the end there. 1, 2, 3. So if you've done it right, and again you're missing this first one and going into this second one, because the 3 chain counts as your first stitch. Now if you set it down, you can see that we're nice and straight at the end here. Okay, and just going along to the end. So trebles are a good stitch. Again, you can make a scarf just out of trebles. You make lots of things, or you know, just straight trebles, and it's a nice fabric. So just coming to the end again to show you this end. Okay, so it might look like that's your last stitch, but actually we have to go into this chain here as well. So yarn over and just poke in through there, stab in through there, grab the yarn, yarn over through 2 and through 2. And you see now we've got nice straight on either side. And that's your trebles. Okay, hope that was helpful. Good luck with yours.